Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you the player ratings for Manchester United's 3-0 win against Brentford at Old Trafford. So I'll start with David De Gea, going to give him a 7 out of 10. He made some good saves in the game. The best save he made was from his feet to deny Ivan Toney. De Gea also stopped a Christian Eriksen free kick, and De Gea denied Eriksen on another occasion. De Gea has been sensational this season. Moving on to Diego Dalot, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Dalot came close to assisting Cristiano Ronaldo, and he hit the crossbar in the game, so he was unlucky not to score. Dalot has had his good games under Rangnick. Dalot is our first choice right back under Rangnick. We had to play Dalot against Brentford because Wan-Bissaka's not available at the moment. He's out with injury. Dalot, do you think he'll leave Man United this summer? He has been subjected to transfer speculation before. Last season, Dalot enjoyed a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Man United got Dalot from Porto. Man United paid around £19 million for him. His contract at Man United expires next year. Moving on to Victor Lindelof. He's going to get a 5 out of 10. Average game Lindelof had. Lindelof, though, has had his good games under Ralph Rangnick. Lindelof has been at Manchester United for over 4 years. Manchester United got him from Benfica back in 2017. Man United got him for £31 million. Lindelof's under contract with Man United until 2024. Moving on to Raphael Varane, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Raphael Varane scored his first goal for the club. It came from a corner. Varane recovered from injury not so long ago. Varane has endured quite a few injuries since he became a Man United player. Most of the time when Varane plays, he seems to make the difference. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him, because look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at Real Madrid. He was also a long-serving player when he was with Real Madrid. Man United got Varane from Real Madrid in the summer of last year. Varane's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. Moving on to Alex Telles. He's going to get a 6 out of 10. Telles got the assist for the Varane goal. Telles made a mistake early on in the game. Telles has been poor now for the last few months. Telles has appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick. I reckon this season is Tellez's last season at the club. He will leave Manchester United this summer. He has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation before. Man United got Tellez from Porto back in 2020. Got him in a deal worth 15.4 million. Moving on to Matic, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He enjoyed another good game. Matic made some nice touches in the centre of midfield. Matic has started a lot of games recently because obviously we've got Paul Pogba out for the season. Fred was injured, but he's no longer injured now. You know, Matic and McTominay have played together a lot recently in the centre of midfield. Matic played well against Chelsea last Thursday night. You know, he got an assist in that game for the Ronaldo goal. He also got an assist for the Ronaldo goal in the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal. A few weeks ago, Matic announced he will be leaving Manchester United this summer, despite having 12 months on his contract. Matic has been at Man United for over 4 years. Man United got him from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he's still being given his opportunities. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. McTominay, going to give him a 4 out of 10. I thought he enjoyed a poor game. I've got my strong reservations about McTominay. I don't think he's good enough to represent the club. Don't get me wrong, he's had his good games at United. Revert back to earlier on this season, I did actually say that McTominay had been one of our best performers under Rangnick. I think the best games McTominay's enjoyed was the 6-2 game against Leeds. He also played very well in the 5-1 game against Leeds on the opening day of this season. And he played well against Aston Villa in the FA Cup. McTominay has been part of the club for a long time. Revert back to 2020, he signed a 5-year contract with Man United, so he committed his future to the club. Bruno Fernandes, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Bruno Fernandes scored the first goal for Manchester United. And he could have had another goal like I mentioned on my match reaction because Fernandes had a chance and it just went wide. We've struggled to get the best out of Bruno Fernandes since Ronaldo re-signed for the club. I thought Fernandes was far superior last season to how he has been this season. Fernandes is a good player overall. He's one of our best players and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Earlier on this season, Fernandes signed a contract with Man United until 2026 as an option of a further year. And he's been a United player now for over 2 years. Man United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Moving on to Juan Mata. I'm going to give Juan Mata a 7 out of 10. I thought he played very, very well. You know, Mata kept the ball well. He made some good runs. I do recall him having a very good chance in the game. That chance came from a flick by Ronaldo. Mata just put it wide. I was actually surprised that Juan Mata started. you know, Juan Mata is a squad player. He doesn't really get in the team. Juan Mata will be leaving Man United this summer. He's out of contract this summer. Mata has been at Manchester United for around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Man United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014 for 37.1 million. Anthony Elanga, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Elanga did get the assist for the Bruno Fernandes goal. Moving on to Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. Ronaldo scored a penalty for Manchester United, and he had a goal ruled out for offside. Ronaldo has now scored 18 goals in the Premier League since he re-signed, and he scored 24 goals in all competitions. Ronaldo rescued Manchester United last Thursday night against Chelsea. He scored a second half equaliser. It was a fine strike. Ronaldo also scored in the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal. Since Ronaldo re-signed for the club, he's got 2 hat-tricks. He got a hat-trick in the 3-2 win against Norwich at Old Trafford. That was his 60th hat-trick in his career. And he got a hat-trick in the 3-2 win against Tottenham earlier on this season at Old Trafford. Few weeks ago, don't forget, Ronaldo announced that his baby son had passed away. That was upsetting. He did miss the game against Liverpool at Anfield because of that. Prior to kick-off between Liverpool and Man United at Anfield, there was a 7-minute applause for Ronaldo. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo in the summer of last year from Juventus. Man United paid around 12.8 million up front. There was add-ons included. That raising it up to around 19-20 million. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option of a further year. He's the highest earner at the moment, Ronaldo. He earns £480,000 a week. He has won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Not so long ago, like updated you, it said Cristiano Ronaldo could return to Real Madrid. Ronaldo's already enjoyed one spell with Real Madrid, and he was with them around 10 years, so he was a long-serving player. Real Madrid did get Ronaldo back in 2009 from Man United. Real Madrid paid 80 million. Man United have set a price tag of around 10 million for Ronaldo. Man United brought substitutions on in the game against Brentford. We saw Edison Cavani come on. I'll just give him a 5 out of 10. You know, Cavani's just recently recovered from injury. We saw Phil Jones come on. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I think that was Phil Jones' 4th Premier League appearance since January 2020. And Fred came on in the game. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. And Fred come back from injury not so long ago. So that is your player ratings from Manchester United's 3-0 win against Brentford. It was a good performance by Manchester United though against Brentford. It was the biggest win of the Ralph Rangnick era. You know, despite Man United beating Brentford, you know, Man United are not going to get the top 4. Man United have only got 2 games remaining now. Manchester United have done the double over Brentford this season, you know, beating them 3-0 on Monday. And we beat Brentford 3-1 at the Brentford Community Stadium earlier on this season. Brentford, they were missing some players. Obviously, they were missing Ethan Pinnock. He's injured. They were missing Frank Onyeka. He's injured at the moment. Sergi Carnos. He's injured and he's a key player for Brentford, and he had a couple of other injuries. Don't forget, this season has been Brentford's first ever season in the Premier League. Prior to this season, the last time Brentford were in the top flight was back in 1947, which is around 75 years ago now. The Brentford manager is Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank has got a contract with Brentford until 2025. Thomas Frank's been the Brentford manager for over 3 years. Brentford appointed him in back in October 2018. Before he was the manager of Brentford, Thomas Frank, he was the Brentford assistant, and before then he managed Bromby, and before he's managed Denmark's under 16s, under 17s and under 19s. Let me put into the equation that Brentford have lost players. Don't forget they lost Ben Rama. Ben Rama is at West Ham. They lost Ollie Watkins as well. Ollie Watkins is at Villa and he's done well since he's gone to Villa. Brentford loaned Marcus Forss out to Hull City. So there you go. Man United have still got some players missing, not that many now. Obviously Pogba, he's out for the season. Bissaka's injured. Luke Shaw, he's out for the season. Harry Maguire, he's out for the season as well. And Jadon Sancho's out at the moment with tonsillitis. Ralph Rangnick, he has 2 games remaining as Manchester United's interim manager. Rangnick's been Man United's interim manager for around 4 months. Not so long ago, it got officially announced that Ralph Rangnick got appointed as the new manager of Austria. Ralph Rangnick signed a 2-year contract with them. But Rangnick will continue at Manchester United in a consultancy role until 2024. Before, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Rangnick's enjoyed 1 transfer window at Man United, and unfortunately he didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. You know the news regarding Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag is Manchester United's new permanent manager. That got officially announced a few weeks ago. Ten Hag will replace Ralph Rangnick. Ten Hag did sign a 3-year contract with an option of a further year. Don't forget, Man United agreed the compensation with Ajax. For Ten Hag, the compensation was below 2 million. Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. You know, Ten Hag wants to bring a lot of players to Man United. You know, I'll mention a couple he wants to bring in. He wants to bring James Ward-Prowse, but James Ward-Prowse could cost around 75 million. And he also wants to bring that Tuchemene from Monaco. I've been hearing that Ten Hag will get a transfer budget of between 100 and 150 million this summer. Ten Hag is also going to get rid of a lot of players as well, so reflecting on that, he will generate money. It's going to be good for Ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League because he's not yet managed in the Premier League, and you've got to admire what he's done at Ajax. He's won some Dutch Cups with them. He's won a couple of Eredivisie titles, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. The 4 permanent managers Man United have sacked since Ferguson. Man United sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.